Let's create drawing template of ISO A3 size. Now in this drawing template, I'm going to consider these 8 custom properties which automatically get populated. Now out of this, some of properties are from part. So part model must have same property that we want to populate in the title block, like material, weight and other things. Now many times when we add the views, we also need to add the annotations. So considering the annotation view in 3D part definitely will take some few more minutes, but it will save time in organizing dimension in 2D drawings. We'll see in detail. Now drawing template that we are going to design will have two variations. In a template, these property will be the common, that is sheet size, border and a title block custom properties. But after that, I'm going to save the template a copy in which I have to add the views manually and the model item manually, and then I'm going to organize the dimensions. Second variation of the same template in which I'll consider the predefined views and auto inserting of model item. So definitely this is more useful compared to this one. So template 2 will save a lot of time if you compare with the template 1, where we have to add the views manually and the model items. And we also going to spare some time organizing dimensions. But the same thing, that the views will be get automatically added because of predefined views, and the dimension get auto insert. Second, we consider the annotation view, annotative views in 3D part, which will simply correlate the dimension in front, top and right views, and that same dimension will be inserted automatically. So with this annotative view in 3D part, it would also help us to quickly create the drawings. Now after creating template, we will insert the model views and annotations using model provided in 10.3 exercise. We'll try to compare both the varieties of template 1 and 2, and we'll decide by sparing few more times which give the maximum productivity during the working. So before we begin creating drawing template, make sure in settings, especially under the system options and the default template, check these options, prompt user to select the document template. If you keep this, the SolidWorks will utilize what is given over here, that is default template. But we want to use the custom template that we are going to design while inserting the part. So check this and click OK. Now let's verify the part that we are going to use later and which contain the custom property like material and mass. So for that, let's open that part. So go over here and check the properties. Now in custom properties, we already have one is material, second is weight. If they are not there, you have to add. Otherwise, we cannot draw these informations in the title block. Now let's create a new drawing. Here I will use a default template that is provided in a templates folder. So let's click OK. Now we are not going to use this standard sheet size. Instead, we are going to use our custom size, which is 420 by 297, which is equal to A3 ISO landscape dimensions, and click OK. Now let's cancel this. Now make sure the unit is a millimeter. Now right click on the sheet tab, and you can, if you wish, you can give the name. Let's say it is A3 landscape. Now I'm going to choose this projection method, first angle. Now click apply changes. Now let's go to the settings. Here we have two types of setting. One is system options, which is always present if you make some changes. Instead, I will modify certain settings in document properties. Here this drafting standards is ISO. You can choose your country standards. Now all this standard will control borders, dimensions, arrow size, text size and everything. Now here in detailing, when we insert the view creation, you can check this dimensions marked for drawing. So along with the view creation, when we insert, it will draw the dimensions, right? So I will check this box and click OK. You can also verify the units and its decimal precisions. So based on your requirement, you can change these varieties. Now what we have to do is we have to add the borders. So for that, right click and click on edit sheet format, because it is a part of that sheet format. So go over here in sheet format and click on the automatic border. Now click on next. Here we are not going to give any rows and column. Now these are the margins, that is 10, 10, 10, that we are going to keep. We uncheck this shown zone provided and the rows and column label. If you wish, you can apply a color through layer properties, but I'll keep it a simple border which has got margin 10, 10, 10 from the edges. Click OK. Now because this can move, so let's lock all these endpoints of lines by applying the fixed constraint. Now let's go to the sketch. Now before that, let's add a layer. Here we are going to call border. We're going to keep the line style a continuous, color black, and thickness will be 0.5 and click OK. Make sure the border layer is active. Now let's insert one line. Now I'm going to make a very simple title block, but through this demonstration you can create your own title block. Now let's apply the dimensions. This will be 20. Now right click on this dimension, click on hide. Now because it's a long process, it is recommended that you save the drawings. So let's save over here and call it sample. Later we're going to save this drawing as a template. Now here let's insert picture. So here I have a one PNG image which will work as a logo. Make sure the aspect ratio is locked so that any text when we try to fit into does not get disturbed. So try to adjust its position and click OK. Now let's add a line. Now let's add from midpoint to this line. You can add this cell based on your requirement. Now let's try to remove this part and create a larger cell. Now make sure you are in edit sheet format. If you exit, now you cannot add anything in this title block. So you have to be in edit sheet format mode. Now I want to add over here information called title of a drawing. So for that I'll go to Annotations and click on this note. I will choose no leader over here and I will zoom little bit and try to place the text. You can choose a font and font color. If you now select this text and copy and place it like this, edit them. Drawn by. I will add sheet numbers, one of total. Copy this and paste over here. Again, instead of sheet word, let's add of. So 1 of total. At present we have only one sheet. Now let's add over here sheet size. Sheet size. Now let's try to adjust the location. Okay. So overall, we have added the required field of title block. If you want to move this line, just drag to adjust it like this. You can adjust the logo as well. Okay. Now let's add custom property over here. So before that, I will add drawn by. So here I will add my name. So go to add the custom property, you need to go to note. Do not use leader style and place over here. Instead of typing the text, you go to the node property manager and click on this link to property. Here current document means this drawing, and we are going to use custom property from this document. So select here, we have drawn by, and the name is JMPatel, right? So click add and click OK. So when you create a drawing, and if you go over here and change the property, and inside that in custom property, it will change the name drawn by, it will automatically get updated over here. Now let's add the title. So same methods, instead of typing, add the text and link to the properties. Here I will choose file name. So this is our file name and click OK. Now let's add scale, sheet and other things. Again, a text without leader, link to property, current document, and here we have a sheet scale. Click OK. Now here let's add sheet of one of these. So we need to add same thing by 2 times. So let's link from the current document a current sheet. Now we want to add the total sheet over here. Again same, go to node, without leader, click over here, do not add the text, instead click on link to property. This time I will select total sheets. Total sheet means at present I have 1. If I add second, this become 1 of 2. Click OK. Now let's add sheet size over here. So click over here, without leader, add the text. So from drop down, select the template size. Click OK. Here I will increase the font size and make it bold. And I'll try to adjust over here. So mostly the property from drawing document is already added. Now only remain thing is material and weight. If you wish, you can add the drawn date and other property as per your requirement. So let's try to add these material properties and weight. For that, I need to exit from the edit sheet mode. Now for temporary, I need to insert the model which already has material and the weight property. So let's go that part, and I will just drop only one view and click OK. Now this part contain custom property material weight. I have to simply link to that part. So here again, right click and edit sheet format. Go to annotate and click the add the text without the leader and place over here. Do not type any text, instead link the property. Now here, instead of current document, I have to choose model found here. Here the model is angle based, and select from the drop down material. So it populate the material value. And similarly, let's add the weight. So same, without leader, try to add text over here, link to it, model found here, drop down and select the weight. Now here you can add the unit. Go at the end and add the unit. So we have connected this custom property to a model view. So let's exit and delete this view because we do not require it. Now save this drawing. Now let go to edit sheet format. Here go over here and save sheet format. That is sheet size, title border, title block and the related properties. So moment I go to the edit sheet format, you see some fields are provided, that is PRPSHEET and something. So this indicate that we are pulling the information from the part model. So we can save this sheet format. Now instead I will write my name to identify easily. And for the demonstration purpose, I will save in the default sheet format folder. Now let's save drawing template. So go to file, click on save as. Instead of saving as a drawing, choose this option, drawing template. Now I'm going to save in this folder because it is already added to the creating new document dialog box. So I will add text like this, custom A3 landscape, no views, that is no predefined views, and click save. Now let's cancel this. Now let's try to create new drawing. Because I have already added this template folder over here, I have a chance to select that template. So I will begin with this custom A3 landscape, no view, click OK. Here I will browse the part we have created earlier. Now I can create multiple views, top, right, and I will choose these options, that is display hidden lines, and click OK. So some of the dimensions are get added. Now here, as we learned earlier, how to add the dimensions. So just go to annotations and add the model item. and select the entire model and choose the relative options and click OK. Now try to manage the spacing and dimension spacing. So select this and auto adjust. Now if you wish, you can add the other views. So here let's add the auxiliary views. Now I will break the alignment. Now you can transfer the relative dimensions to this auxiliary view. We can also add the hall callout by selecting this and add the dimensions. So using default template, if you look at the automatically the name of the part is added, the material is get added, the weight is get added, the at moment the view is exactly at half scale. Let's save this drawing. Let's make it 3. Now see, all the properties get added. I have created one more sheet. Let's add another sheets. So when you save it, because these are the 3, so at present our sheet first is display out of total 3. Now let's go over here, go to properties and browse the sheet format we have created and apply OK. So automatically sheet 1 has got that template. Now let's open the part file and try to change the material, and we'll try the effect, whether the material weight get update or not. So right click and open the part. Instead of copper, let's go for plain carbon steel and let's save. Switch to drawing. Now see, the name is also get updated and the weight. So this is the benefit of our custom template, which provide the logo and ownership to the drawing. If you wish, you can print it to the PDF file. Now let's create template 2, which already have the common properties as we saw earlier. But additionally, we are going to predefine the views. Second, we are going to add the dimensions automatically once the views get added. So to do that, we should check that one setting in document property under the detailing should be check marked. So this is dimension for marked for drawing. It should be checked. Now let's go over here and add the predefined views. So this is my front view. I will project on a side view. I'll give little bit space. Then on a top side, this isometric view as well. And right click. So make sure you have enough space between them. Now once you complete it, go to save as. So let's save in this folder because it is already connected to the new SolidWorks document. So instead of drawing file, save as drawing template and name it as you required. I'm going to add like custom A3 underscore predefined view with dimensions and click save. Now to have a dimensions separated by views, that is some dimension must be visible in front view, some on top view and some in side view. So to create that, we need to create the annotation view. So let's go and open this angle based part. At present it has got material plain carbon steel. On annotation folder, so click on this display annotations and also on show feature dimensions. Now we have two annotation view. One is top and second is unassigned item. Now right click and activate. So here you can see there are multiple dimensions which are unassigned. Now I want to add, along with the top, I want to add front and side view. So for that, insert annotation view. So click over here. I want to add front. So click on next. Now which dimension you want to move to this? So select this one. Then say rotate this and select this one. And let's say I want to add this dimension as well. So they get added. And these radius dimensions and this overall depth dimensions, and click OK. So what happened when I click on and activate unassigned item, those dimensions transfer to the front. So right click and activate it. So the front dimensions are visible. Similarly, make it active the top side. Now here inside, let's activate unassigned item. Now I want to select the top view over here. And let's say I want to transfer these dimensions, and right click and select the annotation view and select the top. So it is transferred to top. Similarly, right click, select the annotation view and select the top. So this way you can transfer the dimensions to particular view. Let's add side views. Right click over here on annotation and click on insert annotation view. Here I will choose left side and next. So this is my left side view. Now let's double click and activate it and try to rotate like this. And remember which dimension you want to add, right? Let's say I want to add this 5 mm. So select it and select the left. So based on your need, you can transfer the dimensions to particular view. Now let's add one more, that is isometric. Okay. Now through selection, I will choose this face as a isometric view because that will give me the true shape of this upper part. So double click this unassigned item and let's transfer. Right click these dimensions, select this and annotation view. Similarly, let's transfer this, right click and annotation view 1, which is isometric. Let's rename if it is possible. I will call it auxiliary view instead. So let's transfer this dimension 32 to auxiliary view. So for demonstration purpose, I will transfer a few dimensions to these respective views. And let's save this drawing. And let's disable this display annotations dimensions. Now the part is already open. So go over here and click on make drawing for the part and assembly. So you must have part open in background to create the predefined views and auto insert of dimensions. So click on this option. Now here under this template, we have to choose this one, that is custom A3 predefined view with a dimension, and click OK. Now see, dimension we have chosen are simply get added to respective views, that is in top we have added this one. Now again, some of dimensions are not visible, so something is missing, then you can add. So this is to the side views. No, this is not the correct view, so let's delete it and add the auxiliary view and click OK. Let's break the alignment and see, this is the benefit of auto inserting the dimensions, which simply transfer to respective views of a part. So by adding few extra minute in preparing the annotation view, we can simply add the views along with the dimension at proper locations. You want to transfer some of the dimensions from one view to another view, so select it, press shift and transfer it. But you can define same thing in a respective annotation view. So here also the important property get added because we have already linked to the part. Now let's say you do not want some of the dimensions, just go ahead and hide them. So by giving proper focus on creating annotation view and using predefined view, you can simply minimize the time taken to create the 2D drawings in SolidWorks along with the custom properties. Now let's try to change the material and see the effect. So open the model. This time, instead of plain carbon steel, let's choose this 1060 alloy and save, and let's close it. So here material name is display, also its weight. Now let's add new sheet over here and assign the sheet format, which we have saved separately, and apply it. So here we have 2 sheet, so total 2 sheet, and present it is 1 sheet, so 1 of 2 is display. So here it is 2 of 2. So this way you can define the custom template with the predefined views and auto insert of dimension at proper place.